to 9, 8 weekdays, not to settle you. Let's go. We got a lot to talk about, so much to pedal through. Unapologetically progressive. Tune to KBLA 1580 to get the mess. We're your ancestors' favorite radio station. First black on talk radio, left side of the nation. Me and Dominique DePrima go way back. Tag Smiley making sure the station stays black. Discussing all the issues in our community. We're hosted black and brown and others find unity. So let's talk about it. Maybe we can improve it. Digital underground, always down with the move. So we tune in. The first things first with the queen of Black Talk Radio, Dominique DePrima. Go sis. First things first.
KBLA Talk 1580. Good morning and God bless. Happy Friday. I'm Dominique DePrima. The show's called First Things First, and my very first thing every day is prayer, giving thanks, giving praises, asking for blessings from God, asking for the blessings of the ancestors and the elders. And let's go Freedman Friday. Let's do this. Man, this country's getting weirder and weirder, and we're here to help you unpack it. So this is how we do it on a Freedman Friday. It's always about reparations around here on Fridays. We do that hour 2, as we have been for the past 2 years. We look at reparations. What is the progress? Where are the wins? Where are the setbacks? And how do we regroup from those? Today's no different. So this is how it's going down. Freedman Friday, hour 2, hour 3. We will be talking with the Mooney twins, Daryl and Dwayne Mooney, kind of get a little weekend vibe going and continue with our comedy honors. Wow, thanks to everyone who came out. And then, of course, now it is hour 1, where we look to the left coast, what's happening here as it connects to the entire world. Here to help me with that is a labor organizer. I didn't realize, and I don't know why I wasn't paying attention to your Instagram bio, karaoke specialist. A mom and a KBLA organizer. Sherri Bell, good morning.
Good morning, Dominique. How you doing? Hey,
Good.
everybody out there.
I didn't know you were good at karaoke.
I didn't say I was good at it now, but you need a release in this world, right? And so I think karaoke is good, clean fun to take your mind off of, many things that we often discuss on air.
Yeah, you're right. When we were in, I think it was Tanzania. I was Tanzania when we were in Zanzibar with the group. Karaoke broke out.
Oh wow!
At the club. It was pretty fun.
Yeah,
I don't get to do it very often, but it's also fun watching others.
It definitely.
Miles was on the mic doing karaoke.
What?
Yeah, so was I, but pretty much everyone in the group. But I wasn't as good as Miles. Miles was really accomplished. Like, he actually knows the lyrics.
A true performer, right?
Yeah, exactly. They got a treat. So anyway, so many things going on around here.
So many things.
Yeah. The mayor of LA, Karen Bass, was at our Black History Month luncheon yesterday. And we saluted the comics. And Tavis is right. The comics were happy to get an award. Nobody gives the comics awards. So they were all talking about that.
Right. No, yeah, that's very special to do that because, comics help us get through a lot of tough times. They, often break things down in a rational but, humorous way. And, they should get the credit they deserve, not only for, making us laugh, but for helping us get through tough times with humor. They say to laugh to keep from crying.
Yeah.
So
that's
a
the
lot.
story of my life. I mean,
Right.
that is how I roll. But some of my favorites were there. I love Earthquake,
Yes.
and of course D.L. Hughley, who holds down our afternoons
Very funny.
around here. If you haven't checked out the show, that's at 2 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Pacific Standard Time. Of course, Melanie Camacho, who I hadn't seen in forever. It was just really a blessing. Martin Lawrence, everyone's favorite. Everybody watches Martin.
Mm-hmm.
And, still,
Right.
that show was a hit, in the 2000s, aughts.
Well, was it the night? Well, yeah, the Martin Lawrence, Martin.
Yeah.
That was like in the 90s, I think. Yeah, no, definitely, because I remember I used to like in the mid 90s, I used to rush home to see it.
Yeah, that
So
makes sense. Yeah, so that it was great to see him, and just everyone. Apparently we our prayers are needed for Lunel. She's been in the hospital, but her daughter came to support. So it was a really nice night. So thanks to everyone who came out and celebrated Black History Month. Times we're trying to get it all in before tomorrow.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tomorrow's the last day.
I know.
I mean, we can keep it going, but
Of course.
yeah, trying to get it all in. So tomorrow at the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza is the LA Students Deserve is doing their thing, celebrating 5 years since the Black Student Achievement Plan.
Yeah.
Which I can't believe it's been 5 years, and despite the attacks on it, it's still going.
No, yeah, I love BSAP and Students Deserve. My daughter was a part of it, and it afforded her many opportunities to travel. When they reinvested that money that was allocated to school police back into the students, they got to have like rich experiences, like traveling to New York, going to like college tours, getting them opportunities to practice public speaking and, all kind of things to enrich them instead of putting them on a track to school to prison pipeline. So it's a very valuable thing to teach them like about to love themselves, to be proud of their heritage, and about unity, and to be woke, as they say, to what's going on. So
well, I mean, plus the counselors and stuff like that, which has been, in my opinion, a major shortfall of our public schools here on the West Coast, with one counselor for thousands of kids,
Right.
and that kind of thing. Yeah, and then I mean, it seems like every time I think things are calming down, they're really not. So yesterday, you of course, we talked about the Department of Justice taking Don Lemon and Georgia Fort, the two journalists, but there were three others that were taken that were arrested
right.
by Pam Bondi's Department of Justice. Two were activists, Black Lives Matter grassroots activists from Minneapolis, and one was a student, Black Lives Matter activist, member of the Youth Vanguard. This is grassroots, BLM grassroots, who was also a student at Temple, who was taken.
Wow.
So those folks their cases are working their way through, right? Well, yesterday they snatched two more Black Lives Matter
What?
grassroots activists. Yeah, I just got this.
It's given like the whole time frame where the government was trying to accuse everybody of being a communist, and they would snatch people up. And it just reminds me of like government overreach propaganda to advance the BS that they got going on, like fascism. It's all connected. They were just doing peaceful protests. Nobody's holding ICE accountable for all the murders that they've been committing, but you want to target these journalists for calling out a conflict of interest.
Yeah, well, these aren't journalists, is the thing.
Activists,
I mean,
yeah.
but I mean, yes, they did do journalists too. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of us think that they were all journalists. Well, because Don Lemon and Georgia Fort, but Nakeem Levy, of course, an attorney, and then Chantel Allen, who was a BLM grassroots activist, and now they've taken her wife, which is Satara Allen, Chantel Allen's wife. Now they've come back along the lines of they're saying the same thing. You were in the church, you were protesting, and one other Minneapolis St. Paul activist, and that's really terrible. I think, that alongside the news we had yesterday about, and I know this doesn't seem related to most people, but stay with me, be patient. Okay, so yesterday it looks like Netflix backed away from that Warner Brothers acquisition, mysteriously inspired to back away after a meeting with Trump. So I don't know if it's some of those Epstein files or where the bodies are buried, but Netflix is no longer a suitor to buy Warner Brothers, which means Paramount will probably get it, which is Larry Ellison, tech bro, billionaire, supporter of Benjamin Netanyahu, supporter of Donald Trump, the same guy who just got a hold of TikTok. So
Right.
now he's going to have all the ByteDance stuff, which includes CBS and all of the Warner Brothers, which includes CNN. So basically of one billionaire
Yeah.
who will be pretty much controlling most of the media and TikTok.
Yeah.
And so when you combine that with arresting journalists and activists, to me, it sounds like the end of freedom of speech, free press.
Yeah, no, it's very concerning because this purchase will outlast this administration, right? When you think about, I don't know if Viacom is under Skydance, but that's like all the BET and, all those things. I don't know, but it's just the concern about one dominant voice, one dominant message, being able to influence what we see and hear in the media, like to advance any type of propaganda. They will probably only let certain messaging go so far, but at the end of the day, they're in control.
I mean, we're already seeing that. Look at the restrictions on TikTok, right? You can't criticize Donald Trump right now.
Wow.
You're not allowed to say Zionist on TikTok anymore since Larry Ellison and company took over. And there's a bunch of other things that they are blocking already.
Do they block the N word though?
Apparently not. I think it's the BAFTA policy. Of course you heard that now they found out that the BBC and BAFTA censored the F-bomb, which is a LGBTQ slur.
Oh, right. Okay.
But they still kept in the N-word.
Yeah, so you can't claim to be righteous if you're not righteous all the way around. I'm sorry. That's why you're people like this radio station here to call out hypocrisy. Like, you can't claim to be, we don't tolerate disrespect if you don't tolerate it for everyone.
I'm looking at a list of which cable channels are owned by Warner Brothers, HBO Max, Discovery, Animal Planet. I don't know how they can ruin that. I guess the Obamas as monkeys, maybe, not sure.
But it's very disturbing. Like, we literally saw like a hostile takeover.
Yeah.
Right? The government stopped the sale of a company. I don't know if it's privately owned. It could be publicly traded.
Right. But still.
Yeah, and they continuously like blocked it until they strong-armed their way. And they strong-armed Netflix out of a deal until they just gave up.
Right.
They bullied and abused their power. That's the kind of favor you can get when you chipping off the president with money, because he's been, like you said, has so much money since he's been a president. And so it's very much a conflict of interest and hypocrisy. And I really wish the people stopped drinking the Kool-Aid, really, and wake up and see what's going on here.
Yeah, well, I think they are starting to, but so much damage has already been done,
Yeah.
and they have so much power right now with this administration.
Unless this government grows a backbone and enforce antitrust laws, enforce the breakup and sale of this mega merger.
But you would need an independent Department of Justice for that.
Right. So hopefully after this administration is out of office and we get some people with a backbone in here, then they can hopefully force that, because that's why antitrust laws exist. This type of thing used to go back, in the 1920s with the railroad and Standard Oil, like all those companies. These laws were put in place to prevent monopolies like this from happening. That's why, I don't know if it's the FCC, but like the government, the administration that's supposed to enforce those laws, just like turning a blind eye.
Right, well, it would be, it could be the FCC, Securities and Exchange, FTC, Federal Trade Commission. But the FCC also, because this is broadcast.
Exactly.
And you're not supposed to have a concentration of everything in one person or one company to control the entire messaging for the nation. That's like state-owned media. That
exactly.
is what they like, what we, America, like to criticize communist countries for. 800-920-1580 if you want to weigh in. It's Sherri Bell and Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
This Friday night, KBLA Talk 1580 invites you to gather with us as we honor a legend. Join us at 7 p.m. at the historic First AME Church for a celebration of life for the Reverend Jesse L. Jackson Sr., civil rights leader and tireless champion for justice. For decades, Reverend Jackson stood on the front lines of change, fighting for voting rights, economic opportunity, and equality for all. Now, the community comes together to reflect, to remember, and to celebrate a life that helped shape a nation. Music, prayer, powerful tributes. That's this Friday, February 27th at First AME Church in Los Angeles, 2270 South Harvard Boulevard. KBLA Talk 1580 thanks our partners for this celebration of life service in honor of Reverend Jackson, the Empowerment Congress, SCLCLA, the LA County Federation of Labor, AFL-CIO, United Faith Community, of course, First AME Church, and St. John's Community Health. For details and coverage, stay with KBLA Talk 1580.
I am black, beautiful, cry. I am somebody.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Michael's Daughter Foundation is dedicated to inspiring youth and resilience through storytelling, arts, filmmaking, and enrichment programs for youth and families in under-resourced communities and system-impacted individuals. The Michael's Daughter Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit providing free and low-cost arts programs to youth and families from under-resourced communities, both system-impacted youth and those affected by the incarceration of a loved one. 1 in 43 children in America have a parent incarcerated. 70% of those children are expected to end up in prison. Through filmmaking, animation, theater, and writing, they help young people express themselves, build confidence, and imagine new possibilities. Beyond the arts, they offer financial literacy workshops, emergency support, and scholarships. Because thriving takes more than talent, it takes access. To learn more about the impact of Michael Daughters Foundation and how you can be a part of the movement, please visit their website, michaelsdaughterfoundation.com. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DePrima right now.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out all the stuff that is now owned by this one tech bro, Larry Ellison. What's really too, because his son is over ByteDance, but it's the same family.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine. Anyway, we have just what we're just seeing, and you're right. They bullied, Trump bullied Netflix, and that if Democrats did it would be considered meddling, would be considered really communism, because they're not allowing capitalist free trade to move forward. They always say what the market dictates.
Exactly.
But when you dictate the market, how can you say what the market dictates?
Right. And they just blocked a merger recently, like the government with an airline company. Like they was like, I forgot which one, but they did that recently. I remember, I think it was like JetBlue and Alaska. They was trying to merge, and it was like some kind of sale. I know it happened recently, but it's like you can block one but let the other one proceed. We all see what's happening, but it's
I don't
very
know if we
concerning.
all do, but we're all about to see.
Yeah.
I know you see it. I see it. We follow, I don't know what airline merger you're talking about, but we follow the news, and a lot of people don't. I do think folks are waking up to what's happening on TikTok because there's so many restrictions
Wow.
now.
Yeah.
And you know,
Yeah, I was gonna say that, like, whenever this administration does get out of office, I was just thinking about how fragmented the Democratic Party is. And I think that it's because there's like literally probably 3 different ideologies in this one party. Like, you have a progressive, then you got a moderate Democrat, and then you probably got a more even
the
more
conservative down.
conservative Dem, right?
Yeah, the Kristen Cinemas.
Yeah, and honestly, what if they were smart, like, and they really wanted to have a unified front and get some like significant wins, they would just try to form a unified progressive Democratic agenda where people can get the main things that they want, or because at the end of the day, you're not those individuals are not going to like leave the party anytime soon.
All right, unless we leave the party. I mean,
that's true too.
Having a progressive party, but the problem is that the corporate Dems have the money.
Yeah,
and many times they have the seniority.
Mm-hmm.
Many times I say, because Congresswoman Waters has seniority and she's a progressive, but most of the folks with money and power within the party are more conservative. It's the Joe Biden wing that's been controlling the Democratic Party. They try to co-opt the ideas of the progressive wing of the party, but then they don't fully implement them. And so it backfires.
Right. And so that's one of the major problems. Like the Democratic Party, I don't want to say pretends to be like a unified front on progressive issues, but it's very hard to push the line forward where it needs to go when you have a lot of corporate interests in who donates to your campaign and whose stocks you are invested in. The airline merger that was blocked, it was a federal judge blocked JetBlue acquisition of Spirit Airlines for $3.8 billion in 2024, January 2024.
Okay, I do vaguely remember that. I thought you meant like more recently. Yeah, because I mean, Spirit Airlines. Really terrible.
I know. My daughter was like, "You ain't going on there no more."
Yeah, that's the same thing I said when I took Spirit. But Paul is saying in the chat that he thinks this merger could still be blocked. I don't see that happening, but I'd love to see it happen. I can't help but wonder if the Trump administration threatening Netflix over their board member, former Ambassador Rice. Had anything to do with blocking that merger, like we're going to go, like blocking that sale, like we're going to go in and scrutinize your board and start taking down Netflix if you don't leave this alone. We don't know what was said behind closed doors.
We'll probably never know. And I think whatever happened behind that closed doors was some juicy stuff. I'm talking about war room, like secession, like drama, like very dirty politics, going on behind closed doors. It had to be.
Yeah, I think that is right, because Netflix was really aggressive in, beating back the second offer, right? Mm-hmm. And now all of a sudden they're like, oh, no, we're good.
Right.
So to me, that means somebody was choking you out or something. We've got Sam on the phone calling us from L.A. Good morning, Sam.
Hey, good morning, Dominique. I have 2 quick stories, right quick.
Okay, Sam, let me warn you. We only have a minute till news, traffic, and sports, so you're probably going to have to do this in 2 parts.
Okay, I'll hold on. Can I hold on?
No, yeah, just go ahead and start, and then we'll do it in 2 parts.
Okay. Yes, I saw about an hour ago this morning, Tuesday morning in Leimert Park, this transit broke into this black couple's apartment, and he didn't steal anything. She had a purse on the table. And like one of these newer built high-rise apartments. Did you hear about that? They showed the black couple.
Sounds like you're watching TV. We're not. We're on the radio. But you said a transient? Is that what you said? A transient?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Right. Uh-huh. They showed it like he was, I don't know.
Like an unhoused person. No, I didn't see that.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. And then another one back in 2024, Dominique, and I've been meaning to call you on this here.
Okay, hold that thought, because we got news, traffic, and sports. Hard stop here, but let's see if we can figure out what story you're talking about. KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
I I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock is blasting President Trump's State of the Union, calling him a plague on the American conscience.
Donald Trump is a plague on the American conscience. He is a desperate and divisive demagogue who's trying to distract us because he doesn't know how to lead us.
Warnock told MSNBC the speech deepened national divides and urged Americans to pay close attention to the tone coming from the Oval Office. Cardi B is backing Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett in the Texas Democratic Senate primary. In a video to her 164 million followers, she urged Texans to vote for Crockett, praising her as a fighter for communities and key issues. And rapper BG says Cash Money and No Limit are teaming up for a joint tour. He told 103.5 The Beat the artists are already locked in for a run later this year. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
It was another rough night for both of LA's NBA teams. The Lakers and Clippers have now lost 3 straight. Somebody named Royce O'Neal hit a three-pointer with 0.9 seconds left in the game to give Phoenix a 113-110 win over the Lakers. O'Neal's game winner ruined a 41-point performance by Luka Doncic. The Clippers had to play Minnesota last night without 2 starters. Kawhi Leonard and John Collins were on the bench with an injury. Minnesota held on for a 94-88 win at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood. The Clippers had a horrible night shooting from three-point range. They made only 5 of 22. Grambling State University gave a 2-year contract extension to head football coach Mickey Joseph. The legendary HBCU program was 7-5 last season, the team's best finish since 2017. Joseph is 12-12 in his first 2 seasons at Grambling. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with the world. African Focus Incorporated is a community-based organization whose mission is to bring Africans and African Americans together, lead charitable initiatives on the motherland, and educate people from all walks of life on the beauty, legacy, and opportunity of Africa's 54 nations. And it's that time once again when African Focus is teaming up with KBLA Talk 1580 for our 8th annual African Focus Trailblazers Tour. Travel with us in 2026 when we're headed to the southern African nations of Zambia and Botswana for a historical, cultural, and vacation tour led by me, Dominique DePrima, Cultural Ambassador for African Focus Incorporated. Enjoy luxurious accommodations, conscious fellow travelers, shopping, adventures, cultural tours, wildlife safaris, and a giant waterfall, one of the world's 7 wonders, along with a chance to be of service at an orphanage on the continent. Become an AFI trailblazer by exploring the motherland with a nonprofit organization that has members in Africa and America to help roll out the red carpet for you, and together we'll make a difference and have fun doing it. For more information, visit africanfocus.org or call 310-676-7300. That's 310-676-7300 or africanfocus.org. Whether it's stateside or exploring the diaspora, we're with you every step of the way. African Focus and KBLA Talk 1580. Come go with us.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Okay. Sherri Bella's here, which is always a good thing. And we are on YouTube. We're streaming KBLA 1580 on YouTube. Sam called. Sam was talking about a story of an unhoused person breaking into the home of a black couple in Lamert. Didn't see the story. He said it was Tuesday. I was looking for it. I couldn't find it, Sam. And then you were talking about another story, and what was that one?
Okay, well, back in about 2024, Dominique, maybe a little less than 2 years ago, the sheriff or either a local police station was chasing a young Latino guy, and it was on the freeway, it was on TV, and he didn't pull over.
This is L.A.?
Police car, maybe in the South Bay.
Okay.
South Bay, and they pulled him, something I've never seen in my life, Dominique. They pulled alongside of him. The officer in the passenger side, I guess most of them pull over, got out of the car. He never pulled out his gun or anything, Dominique. And then he put his arm around the young guy, and I think the young guy said he was having a bad day, problem with his girlfriend or something, whatever like that. And I was wondering if you know that story down or put up. I have never, ever seen a police pull on the side of the car of a vehicle they're chasing, and then you get out and you embrace the guy. You don't pull out no weapon or anything.
No, I can't say that I've seen that. I didn't see that story.
Okay, all right. I was just wondering.
So what's your takeaway from that? I mean, obviously it's 2 years ago this happened, and you're calling us today. So where were you going with that, Sam?
Well, no. I was just the only way I was going, Dominic, was that's unheard of. That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's so bizarre and unheard of.
Yeah.
Think about if you just think, how can you, whenever you ever seen the police chase somebody, pull alongside of them, and then when they do pull over, whatever like that.
Were they
you don't
dating?
Pull out no gun.
You can see how suspicious I am of these cops. What's the backstory?
Hey.
Was that his girl? Was that his son? Like, what is happening?
It was the driver was a male, young male, and then the officer was a male also. But I know what you're saying. You're making a little joke saying that.
No, it's not it's a joke, but it's a serious joke. Like, I want to know the backstory.
No, I hear what you're saying.
And
yeah. No,
I mean, that would be great. So what's your conclusion? More hugs and policing, or where are we going with this, Sam?
No, I just want to know, can you explain this? In other words, that's so unheard of. What do you think about that? I mean, how is that possible?
I've never heard of it. I don't believe in
He probably
police
got
chases.
in trouble.
Yeah, right.
You're breaking protocol.
It reminds me of the hug. Remember? Oh yeah, no. In the Buffalo case where the judge was hugging, was it Buffalo? Where the judge was hugging the white supremacist. Okay. I don't know. I'm suspicious of it.
Yeah.
If a cop was hugging me in a car stop, I guess it would be the equivalent would be a woman cop though, because it was a man hugging a man.
Does that mean he didn't go to jail?
You're right. Did he beat him up after? I mean, I don't know. The only odd stop I had like that was a couple of cops pulling over me and my girlfriend. and asking for our numbers.
Bro, I was about to say that. I was like, I knew it.
I know that's happened to you before, Sherri, right?
Well, no,
a version of
something. Yeah. But I've gotten out of a ticket or two, I could say.
Okay, well, yeah, me too. But you don't see us complaining about that.
I'm not complaining about that.
But yeah, I'm not sure what to make of that. I would need to see the story. I do think that more kindness and humanity would bring more public safety, real public safety.
Yeah, people have bad days.
Yeah, but also, I need to know what else is going on in that scenario. Is that his long lost son? Like, what is happening? I've watched too many stories growing up.
Explain.
Sam.
Would
you consider yourself a news junkie?
Oh yes, definitely. Just like Dominique, without a doubt. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know that I am. I love to read the news, but then I need a day off. Like sometimes I need a break, especially right now.
News comes on back to back to back. It's like channels that have all news, and then even local news is like they expanded their programming because people could just watch it over and over and over again. So I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I'm a news junkie.
See,
I will admit. Yes.
Nothing wrong with that. What?
Yeah. One thing, maybe you can explain to. They'll be right here. Okay, they'll say they're on Crenshaw and King. So car accident on King, but they don't. A lot of times they don't give you the cross street. A lot of times it's south of L.A. Where about? And they say, well, if anybody's seen what happened, give us a call. Well, if you don't give no location, they burn me up on that.
They probably don't know. I mean, I hate to say it, Sam. They probably don't know. A lot of reporters and news people, and even a lot of talk show radio people, they don't want to ever say, I don't know, because we're supposed to seem like we know everything, but we don't know everything. We're just people. They probably don't know.
Okay, but if you reporting a story, Dominique, if you're on the corner of Crenshaw, what's wrong with saying we're reporting live from Crenshaw and King?
I'm laughing because it's obvious to you, but if you're not from Crenshaw, you might not know what the cross street is. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I wrote a letter to one of these LA Times reporters because I thought the article was so bad. They were talking about Inglewood, and they were like, "Oh, well, I'm not really familiar with the area. I live in, I don't know, New Jersey or something like that, and I've only been to LA a couple times." I mean, I'm just assuming they probably don't know, but if the assignment desks don't tell them, they might not know, or maybe they are making an error. But Sam, thank you for calling and thank you for paying attention.
Take it easy, Art. Thank you.
Yeah. Are you a news junkie, Sherri?
I am, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's something about the calm voices of the newscasters, the monotone, like you can just have them on in the background while you're doing other things. But sometimes it'd be useful information on there.
I see the story he's talking about, a man climbing into somebody's window.
Whoa, that's bold.
While the family is asleep, and it's actually a white man climbing into the window of a black family. Interesting. I asked about that before, and someone explained to me that, and it makes sense that some of these agencies, or jails or law enforcement folks are dropping unhoused people who aren't black in our neighborhoods because there are services here, or because they think they can, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I've lived in, the Crenshaw area for 25 years, and I never saw these white homeless people before. Like the last 5 years, that's new.
Dumping.
Yeah. And the excuse is, even I've heard even the mayor mentioning how we have to build low income and homeless supportive services in every council district, not only in South LA.
Right.
And right now, that's the instinct. Put all of the unhoused persons, even the white ones, put all of the homeless services here because we won't organize to keep it out.
Right. Yeah, I definitely think that it probably they should house the people who got displaced from their house, their high rents. Like they probably used to live there and can't afford to live there anymore, and now they're in a house. Who knows? But yeah, it's definitely like unfair, right? Classism, right? Like it's like I don't want to equate people to environmental racism, but like it's kind of like they devalue a community, so they take advantage of it. Like they would like environmental waste. Like they would put it. I'm not trying to say.
Oh, you're talking about environmental racism and the way our neighborhoods are disproportionately impacted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the same mindset.
Right, it's the same mindset.
Yeah.
Oh well, we'll dump human beings in South LA, and then which a mentally ill, because it sounds like a mentally ill person, that can happen anywhere with any ethnicity. It's not race or gender specific, but I just think this particular story, maybe that's why it grabbed his attention, because you have a white transient breaking into the home of a black family.
Right. Yeah.
And that has to do with the dynamic of the way people are being dropped off, dumped, housed and warehoused in South LA. And it's just that, alongside things like Santa Monica refusing, to build, even low income, Riverside turning down $20 million to create, from the state to create housing. It's that not in my backyard mentality.
Oh, for sure. And it happens. It happens like more frequently than we see, because a lot of these city council meetings and things like that don't go public. And so a lot of these developments do get blocked. And that NIMBYism is real. And it's like, okay, well, would you rather have them outside on the Venice Boardwalk, people like unhoused there, or would you rather have them in stable, secure housing to rehabilitate, So it's a big problem. It goes back. These problems that we see go back a long, long time ago. Government created all these problems with poor policy.
Yeah, I think that's right. You know what? I forgot to say that when it comes to the snatching up of yet another Black Lives Matter grassroots activist out of Minneapolis, Satara Strong Allen, if you want to help, or you want to, speak out on it, or you want to keep updated on it, you can go to BLM Grassroots on Instagram or blmgrassroots.org. It is scary.
Yeah. Because we already knew before the criminal injustice system was called that for a reason. Like, we already knew we didn't get a fair shake. Now, on top of that, you have somebody outwardly that have it out for black people in charge of the Department of Justice, in charge of the FBI, in charge of all these federal agencies that clearly are anti-black. And so on top of an already racist system, you got compounded leadership that has influence. So I'm just praying, for the release of these people and not be locked up for this injustice, because a lower judge did not want to move forward with pressing charges, and the Fed stepped in like they do, right? They believe that government intervention is okay if it advances their agenda, but they want the local governments to jump in when it doesn't.
Yeah. In other words, you only have states' rights when it's convenient for the federal government and the MAGA agenda. Mm-hmm. Did you watch the State of the Union?
You mean the state of lies?
Yeah, pretty much.
The state of like storytelling to demonize immigrants and whoever and him. Yeah, I watched it, and it was full of inaccuracies. It was so cheesy.
Cheesy. I hadn't heard it described that way,
but
you're right.
Gosh,
it's like bad theater.
It was so cheesy. Oh my God. Like all the stories he told, like the people he pointed out in the audience, they were handpicked to each advance a story of othering and advancing propaganda. And he bragged about eliminating DEI. When people hear DEI, of course, that's a dog whistle for black people. But I mean, that impacted a lot of other people too. And he bragged about lifting 2.4 million people off of food stamps. What do you mean lifting 2.4?
It means kicking them to the curb.
Kicking them off the curb, starving people out while you making all these billions of dollars. Look, political psychology, man. The psychology of politics is real. Like how people are able to have control over the majority and having people continuously make decisions that do not align with their best interests is a real psychological game that's been advancing for all these years. And you keep seeing it happen over and over again. So we need some good psychologists, the political psychologists on the progressive side to help the sheep that are being, controlled, that are not doing the right thing, to start thinking about it. We need all our scholars, all our political scientists, all our judges to really start counterbalancing this propaganda that we're seeing. We really need to do what we've done in the past to overcome what we're seeing now, because it's crazy.
Well, one example of the lies you're talking about, this woman, Irina Zaretska, that he talked about, a Ukrainian woman who was killed in Charlotte, North Carolina last year. He said the man who stabbed her was a hardened criminal who came through open borders, except that he was not an immigrant at all. He was actually a U.S. citizen. Like, your team didn't pick another crime because this one is not even, doesn't fit the profile. I mean, he just lies when it's easily verifiable that it's not true.
Yeah, he says that's what they do. That's what they all do.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And it's crazy that Hillary Clinton was testifying yesterday about the Epstein files. She said she claims she's never met Epstein.
Really?
Yeah. Now, Bill is another story.
Right.
He has met Epstein.
Right.
She claims she's never met him, never been to the island. She's not in the files. They're grilling her, but they're not grilling Trump.
Yeah.
They're not grilling all these dudes that, we actually know were on the island.
Right.
They're going after Hillary Clinton. Today, Bill Clinton will have and then Lauren Boebert, you saw that, leaked a photo to a right-wing blogger. This is a closed hearing of Congress, and a congressperson is leaking a photo from their phone. They had to shut down the hearing for a while.
They ain't got no class. And you got Bill Gates admitting to being around, a tech bro, that's been, implicated in the files. He's not being grilled, and he allegedly took antibiotics to prevent giving his wife a STD, and that's allegedly in the emails.
Right.
I mean,
he admitted it to his board. I mean, he admitted that he had affairs, quote unquote, with at least 2 Russian women.
Right. Yeah, so you're weaponizing the DOJ to go after who you want to go after. I don't care about him going after the Clintons, to be honest.
Okay, I mean, I get that, but I do only because, not because I'm, trying to stand for the Clintons, although I think, Hillary would be a way better president than him on any given day.
Of course.
But because Trump, all these men are not being held accountable at all, and there are crimes. Now we found out the DOJ took stuff out specifically to protect Trump, a specific accusation of an underage person who said that he sexually abused her. They took it out to protect him, but they're grilling Hillary Clinton. It's just the hypocrisy of it. It's not about the Clintons per se.
Right. He just be doing anything. I'm glad the Supreme Court's starting to, stop him from doing stupid stuff.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think they stopped him this one time. I don't know that they're starting to. I don't know. It's a trend.
I hope it's a trend after that State of Lies. It was looking sad in the audience, like, oh my God.
Yeah, not even all of them didn't even show up.
Right, like, this is who we working with, huh?
Yeah. This is our dear leader.
Right.
800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. Sherri, when we come forward, I can't wait to hear your thoughts, if any, on the Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr., who we are having a homegoing celebration for tonight. KBLA at First AME Church here in Los Angeles. Sherri Bell and Dominique DePrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
The station you turn to when you've had it up to here with cultural incompetence. KBLA Talk 1580.
This Black History Month, we're proud to highlight the diverse team that helps serve Los Angeles every day. At the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, our nearly 12,000-strong workforce reflects the communities we serve. We're hiring for positions in engineering, skilled craft, information technology, fleet services, and more. Are you ready for competitive pay, strong benefits, and a meaningful career that serves millions? Join the team that's building a stronger LA. Learn more at joinladwp.com. Getting around LA doesn't have to cost a lot. Metro has fares that fit every budget. 20 free rides for qualified riders through the Life Fare program. Free passes for students with GoPass. And affordable options for everyone in between. Wherever you're going, Metro's got you covered. Visit metro.net/fare programs.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-478-6430 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-478-6430. That's 800-478-6430. What do you have to lose? Call 800-478-6430. Again, 800-478-6430.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is connecting you with services and solutions. Domestic violence and family violence is when someone in an intimate or family relationship tries to gain or maintain power and control over another through a wide range of abusive behaviors. Every single act may amount to abuse. Abuse can take on various forms: psychological and emotional, physical and economic, and sexual abuse. The Genesee Center Incorporated is a nationally recognized nonprofit domestic violence prevention and intervention organization, housing women and children from 30 days up to 2 years through emergency and transitional shelters. The Genesee Center also provides support services like mental health counseling, life skills classes, computer training, job referrals, after-school programs for children, field trips, tutoring, and comprehensive direct legal services. If you need help or you'd like to donate or volunteer, call the Genesee Hotline, 1-800-479-7328. That's 1-800-479-7328, or visit genesee.org. Everyone has the right to be safe. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where everybody is somebody and nobody is a stranger. You belong here.
You belong here. Man, Sherri, I wish you could stay another hour. It's Freedman Friday. Shoot. Okay, so Democratic Convention, you went.
Yeah, I did. And unfortunately, we have some qualified candidates for governor, like a lot of them that have political experience, but unfortunately there's too many of them to have a majority of the vote to get the endorsement of the party. So the party has to do some work to get a front runner or two and support. People gonna have to back out. This is just me talking, to have to back out and support like the top two, because if we don't, we're going to end up with like potentially 2 Republicans in the election. So, so hopefully some closed door conversations are being had on how to move forward. I know it's probably a process.
So no one got the endorsement.
Nobody got it.
That is exactly the problem. Okay. And Jesse Jackson, Sr., your thoughts?
Yeah, I appreciate Jesse Jackson. I mean, it's phenomenal that he was the first Black elected, candidate to get the Democratic Party nomination for president. That's what I read, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, he didn't get the nomination, but I think he got the most delegates. I don't think he ever, because that was George
Kamala.
Dukakis. No, that was when George Dukakis got the vote.
Okay, all right.
He got the nomination, but Jesse Jackson won a couple of states.
Okay,
and he had real momentum. I think it's 88 we're talking about here,
right.
And they end up changing the rules. I think in 84 or 88, I'm not sure which. I have to ask Akili when he comes in, because it used to be winner takes all.
Yeah.
And because of Jesse Jackson, they do that now, the proportional wins, where people get to keep the delegates they win.
So they changed it because
of Jesse Jackson.
So they moved the goalpost?
Well, no, I think they moved it afterwards in consideration of the fact that if you're winning a bunch of states, you should have more influence. At least to be able to say, okay, my delegates go to this candidate.
Right.
The way we do it now, whereas before, whoever had the most gets all of them, and there's no, influence of a Bernie or a Jesse.
Right.
Who doesn't win but has momentum.
Got it. But I appreciate him getting as far as he did in a presidential run as a black candidate. I know Shirley Chisholm also ran, but I appreciate his message to black, young black people, like, you are somebody. Don't let anybody stigmatize you based on where you come from. Like, you can make it. Like, I am somebody, like, you know what I'm saying? So, rest in peace. He lived a long life. So, well done.
Yeah, he did. And he really brought people together. And so tonight at First AME Church, in your wheelhouse, LA Fed Chief Yvonne Wheeler will be one of the people speaking, because Jesse Jackson had a great relationship with labor as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Sherri Bell, I wish we had another hour to talk to you, but I know you got to go to your other plans today. But thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you all out there for listening.
Sherri De La Ghetto, that's her Instagram. Continuing the conversation, it's a Freedman Friday when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock is blasting President Trump's State of the Union, calling him a plague on the American conscience.
Donald Trump is a plague on the American conscience. He is